In the previous two videos, we created a brand new cloud server, and then we installed Apache, MySQL, and PHP on that server. And in this video, we're going to install WordPress. And the URL that we're going to be using to do that is wordpress.org/latest.tar.gz. That will get us the latest release of WordPress so we can install on our server. The first thing we need to do once we're on our server is let's go ahead and go to the document root, or Apache's document root, which we're going to do that. I'm going to go to var/www/html. If you look in there now, there's going to be a file, index.html, which is just a test file. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then let's run the command to download WordPress. So it's going to be wget http wordpress.org/latest.tar.gz. And this is going to download this tarball file, which there it is right now. So we need to untar it. There we go. So now we've got we've got a file in a directory right now in our document. We have that latest.tar.gz, which we don't need anymore. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then we've got this WordPress directory, which is fine, but I want all of the files from that WordPress directory in my document root, which is the directory I'm currently in. So I'm going to do that using this command. So move WordPress, everything in the WordPress directory, to my current directory. When I do that, I now have all of the files here. So I can now go ahead and get rid of that WordPress directory. Okay, the next thing I need to do is I need to create the WordPress database. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and go MySQL, root user. I need to input a password. There we go. So I'm going to type in and create database WordPress. I need to create a user. So create user, and I'm just going to go ahead and call it WordPress at localhost, because I'm going to be running my database on the server. Identified by, and as mentioned before, this is definitely not the most secure way of doing it, but for the sake of brevity, there we go. Let's go ahead and grant some privileges. So grant all privileges on WordPress to WordPress at with grant option. There we go. So now we have our database set up, and that's the information that we're going to use in order to set up WordPress, the WP config file. So if you notice, there is a file in the directory called wp-config-sample. And what we need to do is let's copy that over. So copy wp-config-sample.php to just wp-config.php. And then I need to go in there and edit some information. Okay, so all I need to do is go ahead and put in my database information. So I'm using Vim. So my database is called WordPress. My database user is also called WordPress. And my password, for the sake of demonstration, is password. So let's go ahead and save that. Now, let's go ahead and get the IP address of our server and go ahead and bring up my browser again. Let's go ahead and drop the IP address in there. And now WordPress is ready to be configured. So at this point, we just need to put in the site title, the username, the password, and everything else that we're going to do with WordPress is now going to be done pretty much from the browser. So at this point, we pretty much have WordPress all set up and created and ready to go. And that was 3 videos. In the final video, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and go through all of those steps using a very useful service within the Rackspace control panel called Cloud Deployments.